Well, hello there, it's the Primrose Fairy here, and welcome back to my creative channel. Now, Halloween is only a few days away now, and let's get real, let's get spooky. And this week's craft tutorial, I will be showing you how to make your very own witch's spell book. Hence why I'm dressed slightly as a witch, without the hat. So here is the book in question. It is quite spooky, not going to lie. So it's got the old potion bottles there, spells, a little bit of a spider, and a bit of web. Who doesn't like a bit of web? I will show you how to create this, and you can do your own variation, be as creative as you like, and use your imagination. You can put on whatever you like. Basically, just go to town on it. Just go to town. So, if you would like to make a spell book for Halloween, then keep watching. Okay, so to make your spell book, you will need a notebook or just an old book, card, tissue paper or kitchen roll, hot glue gun, Mod Podge and a brush, items to stick on your spell book, which I'll explain a bit more later, black acrylic paint, and then some metallic paints and some paintbrushes. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is get your notebook or old book, whatever you're using. I literally just got mine from the pound shop. So I didn't really want one with lines in the middle, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers. The first thing you want to do is decide how you want your cover, so what kind of design you want on there. A good idea is to pop to your local craft shop or art shop or whatever, and just see what you can find. So I've got these here, which is perfect for basically what I want to do is have a little border, and I'm going to write spells on there. I'm going to place a little shelf here and pop on some of these. I got these from the works. They're just little craft bottles. So I'm going to plop them on there. I mean, you'll see what I do in a minute, but also what I want is I quite like a little spider there. Yeah, so just play around, see what you want to do. I also want to do a glue gun web on here. So I'm just gonna get started. Okay, so I've decided where I want to have everything on my book, and I've put little markers here. I'm not sure if you can see, the light's quite bad, for where I want things. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sticking them down. Now for the shelf that I'm going to do, all I've done is I've cut out 2 bits of card and stuck them together with the old glue gun just to make it a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to stick that where I want it. So let's do that. I've also made 2 little bits to prop up the shelf. Okay, so that's all my bits stuck on with the glue gun. Off camera, I've just been drawing with a pencil, a bit of a spider's web, because I quite like to have a bit of a spider web design there, using the old glue gun. The glue gun is a great way of making things stand out, so I'm going to use the glue gun to create the web. Just want to quickly show you what effect the glue gun has. It's really effective, and you can do as much or as little as you like. I think I'm just going to keep going and just see how I feel. Righty-ho, so I have finished doing my glue gun web, which looks like that. I've just carried it around on the spine, just for a little bit. You can do the back as well. And now we need to cover it with the tissue paper. So grab your tissue paper or kitchen roll, whatever you're using. I just want to dampen this just slightly, just so that it's a little bit more pliable. I'm just using a spray bottle of water. So all you want to do is just cover the book with your old Moddy Podgy. Give it a good old cover there. Start putting it on like so. You want to get your brush and really get in there into the nooks and crannies. Now don't worry if it starts to rip or if there's loads of wrinkles, because that just adds to it, really adds to the effect. Right, I'm going to keep going and do the entire cover, and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so it should look something like this once you've put the tissue paper on. I've put about 2 layers on. The spider's quite difficult to do, but just cover it as best you can. I'm just going to do the back. So there we go, it's all covered and starting to look a bit spooky. Okay, so you want to leave this to dry completely before you start tucking it in inside. So I'm just going to leave it there to dry. Okay, so I just quickly want to show you the next part. So this has been drying. I got a little bit impatient, so I was using a hairdryer just to kind of speed things up a bit. I just want to show you quickly. So I've already done it to this side, wrapped the cover with the tissue paper, and then stuck that sheet down on there. So I'm just going to do the same to this side and just show you how I did it. Use your good old Moddy Podge. And then just stick down your tissue paper. Let's put a load of Mod Podge on the back and stick our back piece down. So there we go, there's your finished cover there. I'm just going to wait a bit longer for it to dry and then we'll cover it with paint. Right, so now this is all nicely dried out, we can now go ahead and paint it black. Black acrylic paint here. You just want to cover the entire bloomin' thing. Get in all those nooks and crannies. As ever, I'm going to carry on with this, and I'll see you in a sec. Right, so this is what it will look like once you've painted it all black. So I've painted the whole of the front cover and the back and also inside. Now off camera, I also tea and coffee stained all the pages, and whilst it was still damp, whilst the pages were still damp, I gave it a good old ruffle just to make it look old. Actually, the book fell apart, so back here it's just come away, and I've kept it like that because then it makes it look like a really old book. Now for the next part, I've just been experimenting down here actually by putting on some metallic paint. I've got this one here which is a stencil paint in silver, but you can also use metallic acrylic paints like these. I just got these from the pound shop, so it was £1 each, really cheap. So just get a bit, I'll just get a bit on my finger. We can use a paintbrush, it's up to you. And then I just lightly go over all the areas that are raised. I'm just going to carry on and then I'll show you what it looks like in a bit. Alright, so I just want to show you what I'm doing here. And basically, so I went over with the silvery paint, and now I'm going over with a bit of brown and green acrylic paint, just to give it a bit of an earthy feel and a bit of just to make it look a little bit more old. Just going over, it's more like a dry kind of, doing it with dry paints. I'm not adding any water. Yeah, I quite like the green actually. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna keep going. And I'll see you in a sec. Right, I think I'm done. I've spent too long on this. So basically, I've just been layering a load of paint. So I've used like green, brown, black, acrylic paints. And then I've just used like the metallic, the bronze goldy one that I had, just for like highlights and to highlight the spider, which looks effective, I think. Now the last bit to do, I want this part to say spells. So basically I have made a little label there. Just tea dyed another bit of paper and just ripped it and then wrote spells on it. So I'm gonna stick that there. So there we go, that's all stuck down. It's looking good. And the last bit, of course, let's not forget, are the potion bottles. So I made these here. So you remember those potion bottles that I showed you earlier? I filled them with lots of different things. So here I've got rat droppings, which were actually peppercorns. I've got skin flakes, oh lovely, which were red lentil pasta. And I've got frog's breath, which is dried parsley. And then I've got spider legs, which is a dried tea. Labels out of dyed paper with tea and coffee, and then just wrote the label of what's in each. I'm actually going to put them on here and attach them with a bit of glue gun. There we go, those all stuck down nice with the old glue gun. And we are finally finished. This was quite a long project, but I enjoyed every minute of it. So if you're making one of these yourself, just go to town on it and really use your imagination and do whatever you want. So there we go, that's how you make your very own spell book for Halloween. Hope you all have fun making that if you do. And as ever, if you do decide to make it, please do tag me in it on my Instagram, which I will link down below, or just send me a photo, however you like, and I will upload it in my next video for you. I now know why I didn't wear this hat, because it keeps falling off. I think my head's too big. Jesus wept. Now I hope you all have a lovely Halloween. Have some great fun making whatever you decide to make, if you do. Carving pumpkins, bobbing for apples, I don't know, making a spell book. Oh, now this is weird. It says here that the spell book belongs to the Primrose Fairy, but I'm actually not a witch. Or am I?